All right, great job today. What you're learning is intermediate music theory, and I think that having the tools in your tool bag now and being able to discuss what these are using technical musical terms is actually going to help us in the long run. So today you got accustomed to a couple terms that you hadn't been accustomed to. We're going to talk about C major because there's no sharps and no flats, as you know. So we've got a C major, and then our second is going to be a minor, so D minor. Being able to play that in both of the fingerings is very important. And then after a D minor is a E minor. Being able to play that in both fingerings is important as well. Alright. And then we've got an F major as our major fourth. We've got a G major as our major fifth. We've got an A minor as our minor sixth. And you know that the seventh scale degree in every major scale is going to be a diminished. We have got a B diminished because we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then resolution to C. So the way that you get that is by looking at what your tones are. And I can tell you this, if you go to the dominant of any chord, which is the fifth scale, so in the key of C, you've got C, which is your tonic, the root. You've got D minor, which is your minor second, but it's also called the subtonic because it's right next to the tonic. The third scale degree in the C major is a E minor to give it a little flavor, but that E minor, the third scale degree, can also be considered the mediant. All right? After the mediant, we have got our fourth scale degree, which is going to be our subdominant, which is going to be next to our dominant, which is the fifth. So our subdominant is F, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, major fourth, it's our subdominant. And then we've got our dominant, which is our major fifth, G. So C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, it's our dominant. And since we know that our dominance can be made by taking our tonic and dropping it a whole tone, we get a G7 or a B diminished. So to find any diminished of any chord, you take the dominant of that chord and make it a seventh. So, case in point, in the key of A, how many sharps does A have? Let's see. G has one sharp. That sharp is F sharp. It is the seventh tone, the diminished tone, in a G major scale. So you've got G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, diminished. So how would I find an F sharp diminished? Because the F sharp minor doesn't sound right. So in the key of G, an F sharp diminished, we would go to the key of G's dominant. So G, A, B, C, D. I would make that D major a D7, and that is now my diminished for that key I was looking for. So now it fits. I've got G, G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor. F diminished is going to look like the D7, but I say F diminished, which is a D7, and then resolution back to G. So you can pick any chord that we have. Let's say it's the key of D. We would have D major, E minor. Because there's two sharps in the key of D, my F is going to be a sharp, so it's F sharp minor. Also, my seventh scale degree is going to be a C sharp, and it's going to be my diminished. So here we go. D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, and here's my C sharp diminished. But to get my C sharp diminished, I go back two notes. So one note would be B, two notes would be A. So if I play a A7, that is my C sharp diminished. Now listen to it in context. D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, C sharp diminished, which is actually an A7. It resolves to D. That happens with every single major. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step. That's the takeaway from this week. Also, here's the rhythm exercise I'd like you to keep down. You're going to be doing eighth notes, But you don't want to be playing really loud and out of rhythm. I want you to keep a rhythm that's very consistent, and I want you to I want you to give it a little bit of punch on the one. So no matter where you put the one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and work on dynamics, okay? We're gonna get you away from playing so loud all the time and give you a little bit more precision with your right hand. And you have pretty much graduated into intermediate music theory, and now we're going to move into composition. So you're going to be writing your own tunes on the uke, and then we're going to transition into guitar for you and set you up with a whole new book, a whole new way of reading music on the grand staff. All right, same thing we've been learning, just a little bit more intricate. I'm very proud of you. I'll see you next week.